Today we have Tom Drivas from Appia, Rare Earths and Uranium, and you've just announced a very significant deal with Appia Brazil. Can you tell us about this new partnership?
Thanks for the opportunity, Tracy, to explain a little bit the deal. Appia has this very significant project in Brazil. The PCH project is rare earths in ionic clays, and also we have rare earths in carbonatite below the ionic clays. We feel that this is a project that could make it all the way to development, and Appia would like to move this project to the next level as soon as possible. We're looking for a strategic partner to help us get to the next level. And we think we've got the right partner in Ultra.
So, Tom, the deal with Ultra Rare Earths, can you tell us a little bit more about this company? Because it's quite significant based on the research I've done.
Ultra is a brand new company that it was set up in the Delaware in the United States to structure. This is a structure of the deal. The intent is to move PCH to pre-feasibility or feasibility, and then at some point do an IPO. Ultra do an IPO in the States, United States, and at the end of the day, Appia would be about 25% of the project. Who is behind Ultra is that they're very seasoned people. They basically they've been in the business for a long time. One of the principals was involved in Barrick when actually Barrick was when it started, and from a $10 million company became a $2 billion operation. He was involved in deals that were sold for 3 deals that sold for over $2 billion. One project was sold for over $2.5 billion. So they have been in business for a long time, and they've done deals like this. So we feel that this is the right partnership for us. So they're providing the money, the $6 million US, to move the PCH project into a pre-feasibility. In addition to that, they will be providing a financing for Appia, $2 million US, 50 cents Canadian, and also they will be taking care of our Brazilian partner. And the structure of the deal basically is 50% Ultra and 25% Appia, and also 25% is our Brazilian partner.
So I urge many of the InvestorNews audience members to read this news release, because the details of this deal, as you mentioned, are a little bit complex, but very exciting. It's my understanding you need about 1 to 2 months of due diligence, and then they will do this private placement for US $2 million at 50 cents a unit. Is that correct?
This is correct, Tracy. There's a due diligence for a month or 15 or 1.5 months, basically. And after that, the part of the deal is that they will be depositing $6 million into Appia Brazil, US dollars, for that. And that's for the development of the project, which is the pre-feasibility. And in addition to that, they would be doing a financing into Appia, $2 million US in units at 50 cents Canadian plus 70 cents a warrant, half a warrant at 70 cents for 2 years.
And they're also going to be establishing a technical team to work with you for the advancement. As you were mentioning, you were looking for a partner, so this is a real win for you, Tom, with what you were trying to achieve, correct?
Correct. The exploration portion of this project will be guided by a committee. They will be a four-member committee. Two would be Ultra. Two members would be of Ultra, part of Ultra, and one from Appia and one from our partner in Brazil. So would be sort of a 50-50 committee, and we'll have a lot to say basically on the exploration. And in case of a tie, we also have a consultant. Appia has a consultant, Don Haynes, which would also be heading the committee. And Don Haynes is also a consultant for the group, behind Ultra for the last 40 years. I personally know Don Haynes for 25 plus years.
And of course, the goal here is for them to secure 100% interest in Appia Brazil and get it to production. That's the big goal here. Is that correct?
Yes, this is the goal. The plan is once the project gets to a pre-feas or a feasibility, the plan is to do an IPO or a deal, going public deal in the United States. At that point, our Appia's 25% interest would be converted into 25% shares of Ultra. And also our partner in Brazil will be converting his interest into shares. So Ultra will end up with 100% of the project, and Appia will have 25% of the shares of Ultra.
And it's also my understanding that two members of this deal will be appointing directors too. When will that happen in the process?
We have Appia and our Brazilian partner. We have the right to appoint a director each to Ultra. And as I said, in terms of the Appia Brazil, will basically be again 50-50, 25% Appia, 25% our Antonio, our partner in Brazil, and 50% Ultra. So both our goal and Ultra's goal is to move this project to development. We strongly believe that this is one of the better projects out there that can make it into development.
For those of you out there that might be new to Appia, you may not appreciate how really large this news is. Can you help those individuals new to Appia understand the large vision, please?
Appia is a Canadian company with a number of exciting projects. Two exciting projects in Canada. One in Elliot Lake with a huge resource, uranium and rare earth, 4301 resource. We also have 4 uranium properties in the Athabasca Basin, and we also have the Alces Lake, which is a high-grade rare earth in monazite in northern Saskatchewan. This is in addition to the PCH project that we basically have in Brazil, and we're working on advancing this to development through this partnership.
Well, Tom, I'll tell you, I found this to be very significant news. Congratulations on the new partnership with Appia Brazil. And then furthermore, can you tell us what's happening with rare earth prices and what's happening with the overall rare earth market right now, specifically in the core minerals that you have with Appia?
The rare earth prices during the last couple of months have been picking up, and more importantly, the market investors are interested in rare earths and projects like ours. So we think the Western world needs to secure critical supplies, rare earths and other critical materials, and from sources outside of China. And as everybody probably knows by now, that the U.S. government and all Europeans and the rest of the governments outside of China are advancing financing and support to companies like ours.
As always, Tom, it is wonderful to get an update on Appia rare earths and uranium. And for those of you interested in finding out more, please go to their website listed below. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tracy. Thanks for the opportunity.